That was funny. So let's explain this patch. I read the patch and tweak, reading the patch and tweak book, and there's a cool patch that Scanner, one of the artists in the book, talks about where he self-patches plats to itself, and that's how I started the patch, by patching the auxiliary patch. Kind of hard to see here, but I patched it back to the output, and then I just patched all of these to Pamela from plats. So the only sound sources I'm really using are plats, and I'm using curses for a drone. and then a little bit of Kermit, but more for modulation, LFOs, and random patterns. And I'm using Mimeophon, and then I'm using the reverb on my mixer. And then Plaits, I have it cycling through the different models, and so it's creating a really nice random patch, kind of that self-generative patching I've been wanting to try. And then on the kinks, I have a Logic module, which is really useful, and then other things I'm using on that, and I'm not using any filter. Now, Plaits has a low-pass gate and a bunch of other tricks in its sleeve as a macro oscillator. It's quite good. And then Pamela, you can create rhythms and patterns, clock dividers, clock multipliers, logic, wave shapers. It really is an impressive module. It's not just a clock, but it does a lot more. So what I did is I created separate rhythm patterns for each patch into the Plaits and then into the LFO, so it would mix it up randomly and sound different. And then I created different scales. You can quantize Pamela to different scales. So for example, if you go to 1, if you hit this encoder button and you cycle out, that goes to the beats per minute. And then if you hard press it, you can pick your advanced options. So for 1, you can pick the wave that you want it to be affected by, mutes, slop, which is logic. So this is cool. This has logic. You can create different logic. So for example, if I'm doing this, I want to try logic. See, it changes. It can change your pattern instantly, which is cool. And then you can quantize it. So C scale, CV. So you can quantize it based on CV. If you don't want it quantized, minor scale, harmonic scale. I think this is pentatonic minor, Lydian, Phrygian. So you can create a lot of really cool stuff here. And if you don't want it quantized, you can just go back here. And then what's cool about this is you can do your E trigger, Euclidean rhythms, which I like using. And if you go to the second one, you can do the same thing. You can change the clock multiplier or divider. It does really mix it up quite a bit. So you can use this in live performances to create different patterns and things like that. And then another thing you can do is if you hold this down, go to the advanced. I don't want to do that. So you can do a lot of stuff here. So there's a lot of stuff you can do. You can get some crazy patterns here. You can change your steps. So you instantly can change your whole pattern. It's really cool. Put these on mute. So it's pretty impressive what you can do. So I think with the switch, Pamela, and effects and modulation sources, and logic, and you got a sequencer. I'm not even using the sequencer, and technically Pam's on a sequencer, but you can use a lot of stuff with it. So I really like it. This is really good.